Okay, and I'm recording and we are ready to go.
Let's get it, girl.
All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for being on. Sasha and I are very, very excited to share about what we do and what we're about. We've actually never done a call together about the opportunity, so we're both very excited about it. But before I introduce myself, I want to talk about timing. Man, timing is everything. And I say this to you guys tonight because I don't know if you've heard this before, but the best time to partner up with a brand is during global expansion. Okay. And I don't know if anybody told you before, but we're launching in not only one, but two countries in 2 months, Spain and Lithuania. I literally cannot say
Lithuania.
it. Thank you. I've practiced this like 10 times today and I already forgot, but we're not all perfect. Anyways, aside from us expanding, what everyone needs to understand on this call is when we expand to another country, you get the chance to become a founder. What that means is you get a percentage of the company's quarterly revenue. Okay. I became a founder 2 years ago, and let me just say the bonuses continue to grow. So that's a lifetime investment that you get in your return. Okay. But enough about that. I'm just really, really excited because, starting out when we were only in 3 countries, and to know we're now going to be expanding to 2 more on top of that, Canada, UK, Poland, and it's constantly growing. So I love being able to say that about the company, and regardless of when you start. But that being said, listen, I know this is a whole probably new language to many of you. It was for me. Okay. But when you want to learn the language, it all becomes less foreign, right? With anything, like, it literally, I mean it. Like, I've been a foreigner my whole life. I just couldn't say the second word, the second country. So you guys know that already. Just a little bit about me: born and raised in Turkey. I moved to the States when I was 12. And ever since, honestly, I never stopped traveling. Design is my background, nothing to do with beauty or sales. Now, as a creative director, I look back and remember when I told my mom that I wanted to go to an art school. She was like, yeah, who's going to pay for that? $100,000? No. So for me, I've always had to work hard for things that I want in my life. Can anybody relate to that? And I admire people that, didn't have to, but that's just my background. And what I like the most about this company is one thing. Okay. Perfect example is modern day technologies like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They're all thriving because they allow people to express themselves to the world, right? You get to be who you are to your truest point. This is what Monat is about. You get to express you. There's no dress code to the type of person who wants to work this business, and that's what I love about this opportunity. One of my biggest worries when I started, slash excuses I was, making at the time when this fell on my lap, I was working 70 to 80 hours a week. Okay. I'm not making that up. I have really just had crazy hours. I worked in advertising. That's just what it was in New York City. You know how it goes. So if you guys are also on the fence of like thinking, oh, well, like, I'm not going to have the time for this, that's your mind trying to talk you out of it. Like, to me, time is money. It's because I wanted more time in my life where I wanted, I wanted to make more time. That's really why I did this, which I know Sasha can relate to that. Sasha, do you want to take over and talk about?
1,000%. So I am actually like the queen of burning the candles at both end. And I think in this business, just to tell you, hi, I'm Sasha, by the way. And I do a full-time job and do this on the side and help my mother with her PPE business. So talk about the time we don't have. But just to tell you a little bit about what my 9 to 5 is, I'm a wholesale fashion rep. I'm the middleman between China and every major retailer for Free People, Urban Outfitters, Walmart, Family Dollar, Hot Topic. You guys remember Hot Topic? Throwback. I still sell to all of them. And it is the most time-consuming job. My job is not 9 to 5. Talk about 9 to 10, all right? Talk about the time we do not have, all right, to have a side hustle. But what I actually learned in this is that when I was looking at my computer one day, I was like, am I going to be selling chokers to 14-year-olds at Hot Topic the rest of my life? Is that what life is? Is that what we turned into? It was like, this is really, So not only, I was also taking 7 suitcases of product across the country, retailer to retailer. I'm not doing that at 65 years old. What? No, we better be living cute at that age. I'm not doing this forever, right? But I'm not here to preach you to leave your 9 to 5. I actually love my 9 to 5 job, and I love multiple streams of income. What is amazing to me of the time that I had with the 9 to 5 job that I obviously was working and still working, obviously, and like emailing China at 10, 11 o'clock at PM, like who has the time, right? I fit this in to my everyday life, 45 minutes a day, split up throughout our day. I'm sorry, that's like an ab challenge at the gym. Am I right? Okay. So honestly, if we can get through the ab challenge of each day to create our own dream instead of focusing on one income that someone else that pays us, then I know that I'm actually getting ahead. Because how many of you have stayed up until 2 a.m. in the morning figuring out, how can I make my life easier? How can I get my time back? So I truly started to fit this in to my everyday. And I was like, I'm not going to start another job because I'm kind of like an all-in girl. Like I want to make sure that like I'm 100% in something, but this business is not something that you have to go home and sit on the couch for 5 hours to do. This is something that you do throughout your day. So don't think of it the way society has taught us for so long. Okay, you pick a bartending job up. You got to go to the bar for 5 to 6 hours, right? You got to stay there. You can't do anything else. You can't multitask. You are there. It's like going to another desk job. You guys just don't have the time for it, right? I'm a wife. I have a social life. I'm a daughter. I have things to do. So at the same time, I fit this into my everyday. So when I'm on my lunch break and it's 15 minutes, hitting up and talking to my friends, whatever the case is, to be perfectly honest with you guys, this kind of comes up a little natural than you would think. I do sales in my 9 to 5. This ain't sales. This is sharing something that you guys use every day, So when I was looking about diversifying my income and my network, I was truly trying, because, life is all about who you know. So I was truly trying to make sure that I got ahead of the game. So the best thing that I know Dee's going to talk about is literally what the biggest lesson that she learned in 2020.
I mean, if you guys can't relate to this, then we had a different 2020. But personally, the best thing you guys can do after last year's experience is to start a side hustle. You don't have to quit your 9 to 5. Like Sasha, I was still at my, full-time job my first year. I never intended on quitting at all, guys. So I love that Sasha is still, at her job, because you guys can hear about 2 different stories about how you actually can make it work. I was just like, I'm out because there's no freaking way I can do this lifestyle anymore. But last year really kind of was eye-opening. So many people lost their jobs. So many people had no other thing to fall back on, and they were looking for some way to make an income. So this was like an easy thing. Like, okay, well, why wouldn't I? This works around me, like Sasha said. So what are we? Who are we? Guys, we're just a marketing company, okay? Without the 4 walls of an office. I heard that from Sasha. So that really is it. Like, you are just running a business. There's no PR team that, the company pays for. There's no marketing team. There's nothing. We're a part of a huge movement that sells consumable products that everyone consumes every day. And I say this because some companies sell things where you're just like, I don't know how I could sell that. Like, I don't know if I can wrap my body. And I'm not hating on anything. I'm just saying, I don't know how that fits into my lifestyle where I can tell my friends about a product that I never used before. It's not like it really is just hair care, Now it's skin and wellness. But if you go back, like think about it. Not everybody works out. Not everybody washes their face. Gross. I was one of them. I'm like, 4 days a week. Like that's a lot. But everyone washes their hair. Everybody does. So how do you guys like go about asking your friends? Like, I'm always like, hey, what do you use? Or that's something that you're really like more like knowledgeable on. Like, can you tell me more about the product that you're using? I'm always asking for stuff. So that's literally what we do. That's a big question that we get often. What do I have to do every day? Talking about products that you like. It's really natural. It comes up in conversation so often, you know, none of it feels like a sales pitch, one bit. And it's nothing like sales. I have no sales background. Sasha works in sales. I don't. And we both still talk about it the same way equally. And here's the thing, you know, how do you get started with something like this? All you guys do is buy a couple products to try yourself. You love it? Great. Then it makes it easy to tell anyone about it. Like I said, if you don't like it, return to sender and get a refund. Simple as that. Okay. It goes from anywhere from $1.99, you get a bunch of products with it, or to up to $7.99, one time only. Tell me what business you guys can start and decide to change your mind and say, oh yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. Everyone is trying to start a business these days. I honestly feel like sometimes I'm like, what is this business even about? People just want to start their business because they don't want to work for somebody else, or they're over that lifestyle, right? People fail all the time and lose a ton of money when they start their business because they have to make a big initial investment. This isn't a scary investment. I now look at this as an outlet to do what I love doing. So look at it like that. Don't look at it as, well, this isn't my passion. It's not like that. When I started this, I did some serious research, okay, about this type of business model because I wasn't familiar with it. I wasn't a hater. And I just, like I said, I'm foreign to so many things. I think I never learned the terms of direct sales or anything. So I didn't know. Now I get why people can be turned off about the industry. What's happening? I need to mute someone. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to do that really quick. Okay. But now I get why people, guys, can get turned off about this industry, because there's some schemes out there, okay, where they don't have products, or you have to buy products every month and hit a quota. I also learned their comp plan works in only some people's favor. Trust me when I say Sasha or myself or anybody who invited you on this call probably would not be here. Not probably, definitely, most definitely. There's no chance if I had to like do something every month or pay for something, no chance. And I want you guys to answer this too. How our comp plan works. Can you guys make more money than your supervisor? No, right? No chance. No chance. If someone says yes, I want to know what you do. But I'm serious. I know who people who have brought people into this business, and the people they brought in the business make more money than them. How is that possible? Because the compensation plan. It's about the effort you guys choose to put in. I didn't get paid overtime at my old job. Some corporate jobs aren't rewarding. I'm not saying all of them are. And listen, some companies hate on direct sales. But I read this the other day. 9-to-5s don't like remote work. Banks don't like Bitcoin. Taxis don't like Uber. Hotels don't like Airbnb. Bookstores hate Amazon. Movie theaters hate Netflix. Innovation is not something that's always liked. Simple as that. So how do we get paid? Like I said, number one comp plan in the industry. I did my freaking research. No one told me anything about it. But Sasha, why don't you talk some numbers?
So I actually love this because numbers is not something that really attract Denise into this. And since I am in sales, I truly like to understand comp plans and how can we make money, and how are these people becoming millionaires off shampoo? I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. Let's figure that out. Okay. So truly, since as Denise said, we don't use any third party. So there's no ad agency, there's no PR firm, there's no marketing team. They're paying Sasha and Amanda and Denise to get it out there in a compensated way of 31 to 52% commission. I just want to give you guys an example. I'm in sales and I run a $5 million territory off $2 jewelry. Okay. Can you just imagine the SKU intensity of that? And on top of it, working until 10 o'clock at night, not getting paid overtime. My boss's company is a $10 million company. I bring in 50% of it and the man pays me 2%. Wow. So a company that doesn't know me from a hole in the wall pays me 31 to 52% just because of my effort? What the heck is going on? Guys, this is the new wave of the future, to dip your money into where your efforts are actually being rewarded, making money while you sleep. That's exactly what this is about. So yes, I'm going to stand here and be passionate about this because we're just helping other people a different way to make money. That's all this is. And truly, I'm in the retail business, obviously. COVID, all right, everything hit, retail went to shit, ain't no secret, right? Okay. Literally the growth in retail probably had single digit growth, all right? I literally work with the top retailers in this country, all right? So I know. Forever 21 is one of them, so I know, okay? Our company had 207% growth in a direct sales market. So just to give you some confidence in this, when you feel like, I don't know who I'm going to be able to sell to or who am I going to be able to do this with, just take that out of the picture for a second and just be enthralled with all these other people that you can actually follow and the person who got you on this call to help you get there. Because let me tell you a secret, I literally had 300 followers starting this on Instagram. 300. This has nothing to do with your following. This has nothing to do with you being some social media guru. This has nothing to do with it. And I understand that can be intimidating because it was intimidating as all hell to me. Because the girl who signed me on had like hundreds and thousands of followers, the prettiest feed I've ever seen. And I'm like, what's a filter? So like, you guys have to know that everyone starts from somewhere and that this comp plan is something that it's not out there anywhere else. And so when I started in this company, I was like, okay, I'm just here to like even out some bills, like 500 here, 200 here. But then my husband started to see the checks. And then he was like, wait a second, we can retire from this. And I was like, what I say. So this is such a process, but it can crunch. I want you guys to understand this. This can crunch your 10 to 20 year goal into 2 to 3 years. If you take anything from this call, whether you're interested in Bitcoin, real estate, flipping homes, this is probably the lowest investment that you can put into making a bigger buck at the end of the day. And what business can you start that Denise said that you can return in 30 days if you don't like it? First off, you will love it. But how does that happen? It doesn't. You buy the coffee shop, you're in the lease for a year. You can't get out of it if customers don't show up. That's it. So what I think is so important to take away from this is that when my husband, he lost his job, I was looking for something just to get extra. I was actually going to go into like trading stocks. I can't even do my multiplication tables. Okay. So like trading stocks was like a whole nother world to me that I was like, but everyone else is doing it, making money. So like I should get good at it. So I did my research high and low, just like Denise said she did too. And this is actually the best thing out there because I contemplated coming in, coming back, all the the whole 9 yards. But, the reason why this isn't like a popular thing is because you're going against the grain of what society has taught us for so long. They taught us to sit at a desk. They said, if you work there for 30 years, you're going to get a sick pension plan. You're going to cash out your 401k. Woohoo! You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to put the hands of my life into my salary job to take care of me? Because let me tell you something, someone who gave a man 50% of his revenue furloughed me in COVID. But he's a multimillionaire, can't help his one salesperson. So I want you to know that when we look at this business and my husband and I think of our plan and we think of our life, this is the one income that crunched my 6-year goal into a year and a half. I got out of 50K debt. I have a savings that I'm proud of for the age that I'm at. And I'm excited that I'm helping other people a different way to make money. And the best part about this, you don't need any experience. So the social media part of it all, it's a little, intimidating. I get it. And if you're not a social media person, you don't need the social media in the beginning. All right. You just don't. So if that's something that scares you, everyone does this business differently. Don't look at one person and say, if I can't do it like her, I can't do it. Look at this like it's your own journey. We want to hear your schedules. We want to hear what's going on. We want to hear how you do your day to day so we can fit it into your life instead of a Bible that you have to follow. D, you know, I'm gonna have cotton mouth at this point, girl.
Listen, first of all, I'm so happy I was able to see the chat, because when you said that you don't have to have that prettiest feet,
oh yeah,
you said feet, and I was like, nope, you definitely don't even have, no, you could have the worst feet in the world and you could totally succeed in this. And I'm so glad everybody else thought the same. So just wanted to clarify that. I thought the same thing too when she said that. But guys, listen, I love the numbers that she just shared with you. And I do want to say, like, as Sasha and I are really like numbers people, like we really do love seeing the what we feel and see day to day with our business, love seeing the facts on it, you know, but neither one of us, okay, when we started this, we could have cared shit. Like we literally gave two shits about the facts. Okay. I don't care if they were the number one or the number two or the number five. Like none of that attracted me to this. So we can sit here and tell you all the facts on the success this company has had, but you probably don't even care as much as, you know, like I get it. But what I was drawn to, and I know the same thing with Sasha, was how much money was on the table. I was like, what is going on? Like when Brittany, you know, she both of us, like we both, you know, work with her, and we were both like, what the hell? This is how much. I was like, how are you making more than what we make at our corporate jobs? How? And then the other thing was, she was having so much freaking fun. I was like, how much fun are you having? I wanted to be a part of it. I'm like, this is messed up that you're having this much fun and you're making this much money. I don't get it. You know, didn't understand it. Couldn't even like comprehend what this was. And then I started thinking, so I want you guys to think about this. All right. Imagine your circle, the people that you surround yourself with, because you've heard that before. Like you are the 5 people that whatever. You've heard it. But what kind of people are you surrounding yourself with right now? Like imagine if every person that you're engaging with every day was working hard on growing their minds, their skills, whether it's public speaking or communicating, branding, evolving as a person. Imagine if that was the person that you engage with every single day. We need to normalize that, guys. Talking about business ideas and investments with our circle versus talking about things that don't help us evolve. That's what this is about. None of us started this where we're like, oh, I can't wait to help other people. I came into this straight with one vision. I need to like make some extra money because my credit cards are never paid off. That's really what it was. And then I was like, oh, wait, there's more that I could do with this. Oh, I could really make this money that I thought I never even thought it was possible for me to make 10, 20 years from now monthly. That is insane. And like Sasha said earlier, it really does come out to the reward of this business. We're not going to sit here and tell you all the things that you get. Like there's so many other things we're not mentioning because it's irrelevant. What's relevant is where you can take this. And what's relevant is that you don't need the experience, like Sasha said, and where you want to take it. I always like to say this. A year from now, when I look back, I always want to see the growth in myself, in my business, in my relationships, in my family, everything, mindset. So a year from now, I want you guys to look back and think, wow, I'm so glad I said yes to this shampoo thing because I really thought it was all bananas. And now here I am a year later. Now I'm one of those girls because it really is the real thing. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that we were able to give you guys all the information you need. Sasha, do you want to say anything before we go?
I just would say, like, I never thought I was going to be that person the same way Dee and I thought. And if you have any thoughts, please make sure that you text the person who got you on this call so you can talk it out. They can give you my IG if you ever want to talk to Dee and I. We are an open book. I will say that we both did not know that we'd be doing this right now, and it has changed my life forever and Dee's life forever. And I know that it can for yours too.
Love that. All right. Well, thanks for being on tonight, guys. And hope to see you on the next team call. We got a team call to rock out right now, so I'm excited to go on that. Have a good night.
Night.
Bye.